829 days, stayed at home, couldn't go out and do my job.
I mean, COVID affected you badly, didn't it? Because you were a victim, weren't you?
I had it twice.
Yeah.
But it was nothing, some people have had it very badly. But I was okay.
Yeah. Was that home in Ireland, was it, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live in the hills of Wicklow, where
You do?
it, as everybody knows, it rains at night and the sun shines all day,
Yeah.
which is why Ireland is so green.
And you speak Irish?
Not at all.
Not at all. You just speak Scouse.
I'm actually an honorary Scouser.
I know you are.
Yeah, I'm very proud of it too.
Yeah. You get to as many games as you possibly can, Chris?
Yeah. And my younger boy, Michael, he actually works for the club, so up in London. And so, we he and I go to as many games as possible and to keep in touch, obviously, at the start. And there's another one tomorrow night. Oh, that wasn't so good last week. Oh, no, it's Ajax tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, it's Ajax.
Oh, yeah, don't worry, we'll beat them.
Yeah, we won't talk about... no. I think that was just like a little blip in the ocean, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a little blip.
But... no, I didn't like that. Even though it's it was strange watching it. But it's Ajax tomorrow. The Arsenal game's been put off on Thursday because of lack of policing in London.
Really?
Yeah, Arsenal were playing PSB, and of course Thursday it's very close to Monday for the Queen's funeral, isn't it? So they've cancelled that because of lack of police. It takes so much of the police involvement, doesn't it, for a first-class football match?
John, it's been, for me, it's been also a resonance, because my mother is 96 as well. She's still alive, and she was born 2 months after Her Majesty the Queen.
Really?
And so seeing a 96-year-old passing on like that, and I'm thinking about my mum, and you look at the Queen. Okay, she was the Queen of England, and renowned, most famous woman all over the world, and loved all over the world.
Yeah.
But she was also a granny and a mum.
Yes.
We mustn't forget that.
No.
Although, a lot of people say there's life of privilege and all that, being a royal. Okay, but it's bloody hard work.
Yeah.
I mean, as I say, I've met all four of the children, and I know how hard they work. Some of them have like 800 functions a year to do. I mean, that's 3 or 4 a day. This is what you have to do being a royal.
I know. Can I just leapfrog you, because we're talking about you playing at the Phil tonight. Your current album is all about Robin Hood, or Robin of Sherwood, or taking you back to the old days of black and white TV with Richard Green as Robin Hood, and tights. There must have been some involvement there that actually made you do this album.
I was approached more than 4 years ago by a company in Germany, in a place called Fulda, which is a lovely little town, really pretty little place. I knew from before by performing there a few times. Would I be interested in co-writing a musical about Robin Hood? And these guys had done their homework. They realised that not only did I have those ancestors that I spoke about, but I also was brought up in a castle, a crumbly old 12th century castle. And also I have a degree in European history, and I was very interested in the whole medieval times. And they said, would you co-write a musical about Robin Hood? And I said, yeah, sounds interesting, fascinating project. And these people had already put on 8 successful musicals. So one thing and another, I wrote about 8 songs for this new musical, and I thought, why not at the same time write my own album? So 22 songs I put on my new album, The Legend of Robin Hood. And that musical is just a runaway success. It's doing 180 shows this summer, and so far about 140,000 people have seen it. Wow. It's just fantastic. And I've seen it 5 times. Now, I don't speak a word of German, but that didn't hold me back. Obviously, my album's all in English, but we'll do an English translation in time.
And what about bringing the show into Europe, Chris?
That's the idea. Well, after this place in Fulda, after the summer thing, we're going to be going to other venues, including Hamelin, where the Pied Piper came from, Hamelin. Yeah. And various other, we're hoping to go to Munich and to Linz in Austria. And hopefully then, the world is our oyster, as they say. Yeah. Well, look, I'm going to play, I've got a couple of tracks lined up here for you from The Legend of Robin Hood. The one that's going to take us up to the news with a little bit of chat afterwards is Legacy. Tell me about that. Legacy is the final song in the album. It's a broader idea, which is that anybody can be inspirational. In every community, there are people listening right now who do not feel themselves to be a hero or a heroine, but they are people who are creating things to happen. And in one of the lines is just one voice can be lost in time, but a million voices will be heard. Similarly, one light can be lost in the dark, but a million lights can shine through the world. So you can make a difference. People say, well, what can I do? You know, about global warming, whatever it happens to be. Well, it got to start with one person, and the inspirational person is the one somebody like Robin Hood was. But we are all possible inspirational points. We are people who can there be magnets for others, even in our small communities. And that grows and grows. It's like one drop of rain can't do very much, but a billion drops will create a river. And that's what the song is about.
Great stuff. I mean, you know, we're millions of miles away, but, you know, I've got a degree in motivation. And I listened to a certain song by Beverly Knight called Shoulda, Woulda, Coulda.
Yeah.
Now then, I turn that title, when I'm doing talks, I turn that into shall, will, and can.
Yeah, yeah. They are very important words. It's like those two words, can I, into I can. That's all you have to say to yourself. Yeah. Can I? Yeah. Don't worry. You know, just say, yes, I can.
Should I?
Yeah.
No, you should.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You're an inspiration as well, John.
Thank you very much. So this is Legacy, the final track of the album, and take us up to the news, and then we'll join Chris after the news and find out what else is happening and what you can expect tonight at the Philharmonic here on Liverpool Live.